Hey everybody, this is Jordan from PictureMonk.com, and as you can tell by the weird intro, or lack of intro actually, this is not a normal podcast. And if you follow me on the PictureMonk Facebook page, you would have seen why I might be doing this. And this is because I got a new machine. I got a brand new computer, and I had to get it set up to start doing all the normal things that you would do on a brand new computer. And little did I know that I would have so much information that it is currently still transferring from one computer to the next. And it says it has 196 hours left, and that has been going over 24 hours. And so I have to record this week's podcast actually on my phone. So if it sounds a little off, that is the reason why, and I do apologize for the audio quality, but this is currently the best I can do, as both the machines I have are doing their thing and transferring files from one to the next. I don't think it's going to last that long. I hope it doesn't last that long, and I'll tell you why coming up here in a little bit. But I hope it doesn't last that long because I got some stuff going on. I don't think it's going to matter because it keeps jumping between like 196 hours and then 80 hours. So the timing's a little bit off. So I'm just hoping that it's going to run for maybe another 24 hours and be done with, but we'll see. That's not your guys' problem. That's my problem. So this week's podcast is going to be kind of a spur of the moment thing, and I don't know how it's going to be perceived by the audience. And as you can tell by the title, it's just called Passion. And so I'm going to get to that in just a second, just because this kind of spawns off of a little bit of the emails that I have been getting over the last month that have to do with inspiration and the sense of failure. And so I kind of want to address that with a little bit, just because it has been a common email request or email that I've been getting. But first, let's get into the little item that I talked about a couple weeks ago, and that is the little T-shirt giveaway that I was doing. This is my first actual real giveaway that I've ever done. And for those who weren't sure of how to enter it, I did say it on the podcast, but all you had to do was sign up for the PictureMonk newsletter, and that just goes to PictureMonk.com, fill out the newsletter box on the right-hand side, and that's it. That's all you had to do. And so I'm going to go ahead and announce the winner. And the winner is, I wish I had some sort of drum roll, but we'll do just like that. The winner is Baron Wesley, Baron Wesley, Wesley, from London, England. So I'm going to be sending a shirt overseas. Didn't think I was going to have to do that, but apparently my UK audience is pretty big, so thank you guys out there over the pond, as they say. So thank you, Baron, for joining the email list. There was probably, my email list was probably around 500, 550-ish, somewhere around there, but since the giveaway, it's actually jumped up to over 1,000, so that's really great. Thank you guys for entering in the contest there. So that was kind of fun. I might do something like that again. Maybe do another shirt, or maybe do a couple of the presets that I have for those who don't have them, stuff like that. So that was kind of fun to do. So I'm going to remove my little notes here. This is just so tough to do, just because I wasn't planning on doing it this way. But let me give you a little update again. Another something that I talked about on the podcast 2 weeks ago was the Road to Full-Time video series. This is something that I mentioned that I've been wanting to do for a while, and I was asking for your feedback for it. And so I got a lot of feedback from it, actually. I got a lot of positive feedback. I didn't think I was going to get a lot of negative feedback, but I just wanted to judge about the response. And everybody was very, very gung-ho about it. They actually would love to see this because it might help their situation out. A lot of it was real estate photography, obviously, just because I think a majority of my audience is kind of leaning towards that style. But yeah, it was a good response. So I am going to start recording that, and I actually, as of tonight of recording this, I have a real estate shoot tomorrow that I'll be kind of documenting a little bit, and I also have 2 more coming up this week, and also another one next week. So I got a couple more to kind of document on this, and I think it's going to be kind of fun. And if you I kind of want to do this right. I want to do this as best I can. And so if you've ever seen Casey Neistat, he's a really one of the most popular YouTube guys out there who has done a video blog series pretty much since YouTube was born, I think. He did he's been doing a video blog series every day for a long time. He made the news a little bit because he quit doing it and then he came back to doing it recently. But I'm loosely going to style it off of the way he does his blog. He does them informal but still formal, if that makes sense. He does a lot of styling with it, but it looks all informal. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, just search for Casey Neistat. You'll find him on YouTube, and just kind of watch his blogs. They're kind of fun to watch. Even though that you're not really getting anything from him, like you're getting a sense of his day, but as far as like information, it's just kind of fun how it's presented. So that's something kind of fun to think about there. But I am going to start recording it. I got all my gear set up, ready to go tomorrow. Got my little GoPro to take with me to kind of vlog everything. And so once my new computer gets set up, then I'll be able to edit the photos actually that I'll be taking tomorrow, and then also I'll be able to start putting the video together. So hopefully I can have that out in a week or so, and you guys can see what's kind of going on with that. And thank you guys for responding for the positive response for the video series. So thank you guys for that a lot. So when I was talking about passion, let me move my notes here so I'm not looking across everything. When I was talking about passion earlier, a lot of emails that I've gotten have been in regards to staying inspired and feeling like you're not moving. In whatever way you guys kind of consider movement, but it's in a response to where a lot of people from the emails that I've gotten, a lot of people are saying that they're doing what they're doing. They're doing photography, and they're doing, some of them were actually even video editors, and it's just not doing anything. It's not going anywhere. They're expecting results from something that they're doing, which you obviously should, but they're just not seeing the fruits of their labor. And so I kind of wanted to talk about that briefly. But one thing that kind of popped in my email box from my dad, actually, who sent me this kind of video series, was from a YouTuber called Prince E. I think it's Prince, and then the E is EA. And so if you look him up on YouTube, he's got a bunch of inspirational and creativity videos. But two that I actually want to highlight right now. One of them is called Working to Live or Living to Work. And this one wasn't the one that was sent to me, but I saw this one while I was watching the other one, this one's about 3 minutes long, the other one's about 5 minutes long, and the Working to Live or Living to Work video hit me kind of hard. And what I mean by that is it's something to go along the lines of where, if you have a day job like me, or a lot of photographers seem to have, full-time jobs, do it on the side. You're trying to do your dream while still having to concentrate on your full-time job. And a lot of things that come up with your full-time job, they kind of interfere with your dream. I know that it happens to me sometimes. And so one of the things that Prince E said in the video was, how many sites have you almost seen? And this is in reference to a study that was done to where 50% of the people who have, kind of full-time jobs like this did not choose to take their whole vacation. You know how a lot of companies, the normal standard is, you get roughly 2 weeks off a year, and that is your paid vacation. And I'm assuming that's normal. I don't know what it is in other countries, but usually in the U.S. that's kind of what it is. And it's elected that 50% didn't actually choose to take their vacation. And I think that is weird, but I understand why. It's because of the pressures of your full-time job. A lot of people think that, your full-time job is, 8 to 5, 9 to 5, whatever it is. Then you come home and you have your time, and that's not normally the case. A lot of people, apparently 50%, feel that, they have to concentrate on this job, so that requires them to concentrate on that and not think about their dream. And so my dream, with a lot of listeners, is to become a full-time photographer. That's why I'm trying to do this video series. That's why I'm trying to help you guys out as much as possible, to try to achieve your dream as well, to do what you love. And that kind of hit me hard a little bit, of how many sites have you almost seen? How many times have you, let's say you're a landscape photographer, how many times have you drove by a really cool place, and you just been busy, and you drove by a really cool place, and they're like, hey, I might stop there, next weekend or something, and take a couple photos and just wander around, and you never have. How many times have you, gone to a real estate house or something like that, and you kind of, you're rushing to take the real estate photos, but you haven't stopped to sit back and just take it all in for a second, and then kind of compose yourself. And then, you could have had a really cool photo. Then you get back to your computer and notice that you maybe should have taken a couple steps this way or a couple steps that way, maybe raised it up a little bit and got a higher elevation photo or something like that. I know it's kind of a silly example, but that's kind of something that kind of goes along with that in my mind. And another one that hit me in this video particular is, he says, replace your screensavers with sunrises, which is actually really, really kind of cool. I really like that, because, as photographers, obviously, it seems like it's about 50% taking the photos and about 50% editing the photos. And so it's kind of hard to do, but actually stepping away from the computer and stepping away from the back of your camera would almost help. Stepping away from that and just appreciating what you're doing. And so I'm going to try to make an effort to, if I go out and take photos and stuff like that, I'm not going to try to just murder the scene with photos. I'm going to get the photos I need and just kind of sit back, relax, and enjoy it. And then, maybe while I'm enjoying it, I see some other things that'll open my mind to see some more different views of things, and I get to have an option to take another photo or something like that. I know these are really silly examples, and trying to incorporate them into photography can be a little off, but they actually do help when you kind of think about what he's saying and kind of relate it to your situation, because these really hit me, and I know they'll probably hit some of you who have emailed me. And so the next video that he sent is more of a life one, and this is the one that was sent to me, and this one is called "Everybody Dies, but Not Everybody Lives." And so this one was obviously more of a life related one, but one of the things that he kind of touched on was every person on this earth has a gift. And I believe that's true. I believe everybody has a gift. I believe a lot of people have multiple gifts, and that's something to kind of think about. Is, if you have a passion for photography, a gift that you're obviously people tell you you're awesome at photography, share that gift with people. Give that gift away sometimes. Charitable photos. Give that gift away, and just share what you have, and don't be ashamed of what you have. I know sometimes if people compliment my photos for some reason, I'll be like, oh, thanks, but I'm just kind of passively taking the compliment. But know that you have a gift, and also be accepting of that gift. I think that's kind of something that hit me there. Another one was, he was talking about this, and I really do encourage you guys to check out these videos. Another one was, planes are built to fly. And the story behind that one was, he said he was talking to a pilot, and he said a lot of people think that flying in the air is really dangerous, or flying a plane is really dangerous, or flying in a plane is really dangerous. But the pilot actually said it's actually more dangerous for the plane to stay on the ground, because planes were built to fly. And if they stay on the ground, then the planes will rust and they'll malfunction. And so you need to make sure that you always are taking off. You need to learn to take off. And another point that I didn't actually write down, but it kind of hit me just now, was sometimes you need to grow your wings on the way down. And so you need to jump. And that's kind of what I'm talking about here when it comes to the full-time photographer thing, is sometimes you just need to jump. And just learn on the way down, grow your wings on the way down, and maybe you'll hit the ground, maybe you won't, but a lot of times you can adapt, and just learn as you go. And so I know I still have a full-time job when I'm trying to do this whole full-time thing, but this is kind of my small method of jumping. I guess I'm jumping with a bungee cord or something. But the last thing I want to touch on is the word kinda. This one really got me. I think I watched this section of the video maybe 3 or 4 times. And he said the word kinda is a killer. Or maybe he didn't say it was like that, but the word kinda can really kill what progress you have, because he said the word kinda can be a career killer, in the fact that, if you kind of want to change in the career, then you're going to kind of get that result. And so basically what that means is, if you kind of want something, then you only put that kind of effort into it, you're only going to get kind of results. You're not going to get the whole full force. You're not going to get everything that you put in is not, you're not going to get everything you put in, because you didn't put in anything. You didn't put in everything you could have. And so that was kind of interesting to me, because I know, I like right now I'm recording this almost at midnight, and I kind of want to go to bed, and I kind of want to not record this because I'm really, really tired, but especially because I got to get up and go to my full-time job in the morning. But I, you gotta stick with it. You gotta make sure you put in that extra effort, that extra time, to fulfill your dream. I mean, it's kind of one of those unspoken rules that if you want something bad enough, then you have to sacrifice to get it. And a lot of entrepreneurs like you guys out there who want to start your own photography business, a lot of those guys have to stay up late and have to do a lot of work in the mornings, or have to do a lot of stuff like that. And so you just got to kind of sacrifice, and this is kind of one method of doing that. So not putting in kind of good work is something that would benefit everybody. So I know that was a lot of rambling, but it kind of was a spur of the moment for this type of podcast. So that was just a little touch on passion and making sure that you guys put in the amount of effort that you can, and really think about your dream and where you want it to go. And maybe I'm hoping, at least, the start of this little video series will help, because this is obviously to help me out a little bit, just to keep me accountable, but most of it's because of you guys. I would love to see some of my listeners and friends who are on the Nation page. I would love to see you guys go full-time if you guys wanted to. Some of you like the comfort of having a full-time job and doing it on part-time and not having the pressures of owning a business, and that's fine. I think that's great. I actually commend that a little bit, because you have a little bit of you have a little bit of cushion, and you're able to devote as much time as you want, because you don't want to go too far. But there's a lot of those folks out there who want to go full hit in the wall and make everything full time and follow their dream all the way. And that's what I'm trying to inspire those to do too. So I know this is kind of a rambling thing, but just want to make sure you guys know that the passion that you do have for photography can really be something that will benefit you long run if you put in the work for it. So make sure you watch those videos. I'll have them up on the website on the show page. Let me make sure I got the link here. PictureMonk.com/PMP077. Episode 77. So make sure you guys check those out. I really encourage you to give that a watch. If you like the guy's stuff, make sure you subscribe to that too, because he's got some really cool stuff out there too. So thank you for hanging in there for the Ramble podcast. So this has been Jordan from PictureMonk.com, and hopefully my computer will be ready to go for the next podcast. It needs to be ready to go tomorrow because I got to edit photos. But thank you guys for joining me. Sorry for the ramble, and I'll catch you guys next week.